Coochie man.
Hey guys, so I'm going to show you how I did my plush. You're just going to need some dye, sewing kit, whatever you have, some stuffing, 2 t-shirts, pretty simple. We're going to start with the pink t-shirt that I got from Michael's, $3. What I did is I just drew out the manga shape first of the little crew member. Obviously mine's pink. You're just going to cut around. Don't cut exactly on the line because the line is where we're actually going to sew. So after that, I don't know what these stitching techniques are called, but I just kind of like weaved the needle and then pulled the string through after. I did this because it's a lot easier and quicker, especially since I was doing it by hand, but I wanted to do it by hand just so like anyone can do it, because I know not everyone has a sewing machine. But I will say it's definitely a lot of work, and I just basically sewed all around, so that's what you're just gonna do. Definitely not relevant to what I'm doing right now, but I hope you guys like my intro, because that is one of my favorite TikToks right now. I cannot stop watching it. Okay, back to the video. Alright, so right now I just flipped the shirt inside out to reveal a little bit of the shape. I left one leg unsewn because that's where we're gonna stuff the stuffing. But right now I'm grabbing a piece of the blue shirt, and I'm measuring it on the face to make the little helmet mask sort of thing situation. And then I'm just gonna like roughly cut a smaller amount just so it can make it easier to find the shape for the face. So right now that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna cut around it. Now what I'm doing is I am roughly drawing a shape for the glass panel on the helmet. I'm doing this so I can cut roughly the size it's supposed to be. It doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to do an inside stitch, I believe it's called, so we can flip it back out. Right now I'm actually going to dye or attempt to dye what is the shading underneath the Crewmate. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Sorry if you hear background noise, my family's really loud, unnecessarily loud. But basically I'm attempting to make that shade. This is definitely a step that you can skip over if you don't want the shading. I just like dimension in my paintings and all that stuff, so I had to try it for my plush. But yeah, you can skip over this step if you want to. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm cutting out the shape for the backpack. I basically cut a square, and I don't know how to really explain it, but I'm gonna do a inside stitch, so when you flip it out the stitching is kind of hidden in the fabric. I'm basically gonna do this for all 4 sides, as you can see right there. So just to further explain, you're gonna lay the fabrics right on top of each other, and you're gonna sew right outside the edge. so that way when you open it, per se, an example as a book, the stitching is on the inside rather than the outside. So here you can see how I mean by inside stitch. So when you actually finish sewing and stuffing the backpack, the stitching is hidden away. So here all I did was cut a hole to be able to sew the mask so you can see the blue through it. I also pre-dyed the blue, that's why that shading is underneath there. Basically I'm gonna do the same inside stitching, and I'm just gonna do it around the perimeter of the blue shirt and the pink shirt, so that way when you flip it inside out it's a clean stitching. So now I'm just grabbing a white handkerchief sort of fabric. You could literally use anything white in your house, like a sock or something, but I bought this handkerchief, and that's basically gonna be the little like glare of light that is on their masks, on their helmets I mean, and I'm just gonna stitch that on there, but I'm not gonna do any particular stitching, just regular. But first, before that, I'm going to stuff the plush, so that's what I'm doing right now. Alright, so now that hole that we left to be able to stuff it, you're just going to do a regular outside stitch to cover that up. I'm going to go in to measure that little light glare, and I'm going to do an outside stitch as well to keep that on there. And then that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and a like, and comment down below anything else you'd like to see. It's really soft. It's easy to make, but very time consuming, sorry. So if you guys want to try it at your own risk, but I'll see you guys in my next video.